Welcome back to AGTube Central. I'm Violet from VioletDollies, and I have a very special guest with me. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Kaylee from TheDollsInTheRain.
So today we will be talking about AGTuber struggles and burnout because I feel like anyone who's consistently trying to produce new videos or uphold a hobby in addition to dealing with the pressures of their personal life is going to face struggles or times when they feel unmotivated. And I just think that it should be talked about more.
I definitely agree with you.
Yeah, so I'm curious to know your thoughts on burnout. Have you ever dealt with it in the past or?
Yes, so I've experienced burnout a few times. I've been making videos for about 5 years now, so I've definitely gone through different bouts of it for different reasons. Even this past summer, I've been trying to upload every 2 weeks and even schedule videos for when I'll be back in school. And the past month or so, I had been working so hard that I just kind of gave up and felt unmotivated because I had been doing it for so long that it kind of lost its fun aspect and just became a lot of stress and pressure.
Yeah, I definitely understand where you're coming from. In fact, like my burnout actually made me have to take a break for a while, which I'm currently on right now. So I can definitely understand those types of pressures.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with taking a break. I've done it in the past, and I feel like people have a lot of shame or embarrassment about taking a break, which is definitely not something to be embarrassed about. Everyone gets burnt out from time to time, and everyone needs to kind of step back and take some time away so that you can come back and really enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah, totally. I feel like oftentimes people will like forget like why they started doing this in the first place because all of us started AGTube, I assume, because we saw it one day, it seemed really fun, and we just like were doing it to play around and have fun. And then like there's a certain point where it turns, for a lot of us, I feel like, out of the AGTubers that I've talked to, it turns into like stressful and oh no, like I have all these due dates and I have to get this done by then. And then like you're saying, it loses a lot of its fun and
I think a big part of AGTube is definitely meeting your fans' expectations. And I personally feel a lot of the time that I don't want to let my subscribers down. And that leads me to kind of rush videos or film videos that I don't really want to make because I know what people want to see. And then that just puts me in a really bad place, where I'm not enjoying what I'm doing. And obviously, that's not the reason I'm on AGTube. I make videos because I love them, not because of subscribers or because of money. And then when it gets too much, it just wrecks all the fun. And that's not my goal in the end. And I'm sure that's not anyone else's goal either.
I know, yeah. And like I don't know about you, but like for me, like the people that watch my videos are like literally like the most supportive people ever. Like I love them so much. Like they're so nice. I think that the main, like it's all me. In my case, like I'm entirely the reason why I'm burnt out because like I'm such a like crazy perfectionist about things and I always like assume what people want and I'm like, oh, I have to like make my next video better than the last. It always has to like be improving. And so like all of this like stress that's like that I'm facing is literally just me imposing it on myself. If you know what
Right. I agree. Like you said, like fans are the nicest people. My fans are so sweet. And they definitely wouldn't care if I took a break or if I wasn't uploading as often as usual. But it's kind of this mental thing where I feel like they deserve videos and I feel like I owe them something, which is obviously not a good mindset to be in because, you want to be having fun and interacting with your subscribers because you want to and not because you feel like you have to.
yeah, definitely.
Like you said, like, it's not about the pressure that other people put on you because they don't. It's
Yeah,
about the pressure that I've made up in my head that I feel like I have to,
I know.
delay expectations. But in reality, those expectations aren't really there.
I know exactly. I think like and I feel like taking a break and stepping back, you can really like get all your thoughts together and like focus on like you more and realize why you started doing this in the beginning, and then you can come back like refreshed and ready to just like be your best self and make like videos that you're really proud of and that aren't rushed and stuff.
Right, because when you're, rushing to meet deadlines and make, whatever expectations you have, I feel like the quality of your video goes down because you're not having a fun time making them.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, like taking a step back, I haven't filmed a video in a few weeks because I was at that point where I was kind of exhausted. I had been doing so many every single week, working nonstop every day. And I was at that point where I just didn't want to do it anymore. But now it's been a few weeks and I'm feeling rejuvenated and I'm feeling creative again. And I want to start making videos again because, I've had that time to step back and really think about what I want to do and what I want to make. And now I have those creative juices kind of running through that are like, I want to get back into it and I want to get back into my routine. And I feel like it goes in like kind of bouts or phases where
Mhm.
I want to work for a while and then I want to take a step back. And I think that that's totally fine.
Yeah.
And everyone should just stop putting so much pressure on ourselves to deliver and constantly be, working and working because that makes it unenjoyable. And at the end of the day, it's about having fun with what you're doing and making content that you enjoy and that, you think other people will enjoy.
Uh-huh. And I definitely like agree with you when you said like if you take a step back you'll like start to miss it maybe and like you understand why you started it again. I definitely have been feeling that lately. Like I've only like officially been like not like active in the AGTube community for about like 3 or 4 weeks now. And I'm already starting to feel that kind of like sense of nostalgia and like missing it because um it's kind of funny. Today I was on YouTube and I saw Mixie Pixie had just posted her new video, making waves.
Oh, yes, I saw it. It was really good.
Oh, I know, right? It was so good. But I when I was watching it, I felt like so nostalgic and like I haven't been watching a lot of like AG videos lately. So seeing it like made me like really emotional. I actually like I cried a little bit to be fully honest. And then I actually like went onto my channel and I watched one of my videos from almost a year ago now, from October, and I I just missed it so much. And I don't know, it just like I'm obviously not going to come back exactly right now because I'm still trying to take a break to focus on other things, but like
Right.
I'm already feeling the effects of taking a step back, and it's like so different and like beneficial.
Yeah, and that's something that, like, like you're saying about feeling nostalgic and watching other people's videos or even your own, is AGTube has been a part of my life for so long. I've been watching it since, I guess, around 2012, and I've been making videos for so long as well that I love the community aspect. And, everyone I feel like kind of grew up together a little bit, and we all have those common things. And there's videos I still go back to that were posted like 7 years ago
Yeah.
and they still make me so happy, and watching those kind of videos really inspire me to keep making mine
Yeah.
because I remember like that feeling that I get from them, and I want to be, like that influence to other people. And I don't know, I think that's the great thing about AGTube is it's so united and everyone's together and it's such like a fun place to be.
I know, yeah. I love like going back and watching like the super like old videos that like first started everything from like 2009 and stuff. Um,
Me too. Like watching old Basil Mentos videos. I don't know if you watch her, but Akila 1998. I used to
yeah.
videos, just all the old videos, the classics.
Yeah, I love going back and seeing those. Even though like I haven't personally been on AGTube that long. I've only been on for like 2 years. I mean, I've been making doll videos for three, but I've only been like on like had a YouTube channel, you know?
hmm I think it's really interesting to, go back to old videos and to see like comments and things like that. And it's also really interesting to look back at all the different people, that I've met or that I've been influenced by growing up, because I've been watching videos for 8 years. And through that time, I've met a lot of people, and I've kind of cycled in and out of, I guess, like friends that I used to talk to that kind of grew out of dolls now. And it's always changing. And that's, another thing I love is that new people are always joining,
Mhm.
and it makes it really interesting. Another thing is like, when you think back, all these characters and everyone's channels, it's crazy to see how many like videos and characters, I've really seen. Like, my knowledge of AGTube is so broad. It's weird to think how many characters or dolls that I can name from each channel.
Yeah.
Whereas, like everyone, even if people have like 10 dolls, like I know all of their dolls and I know their characters. And I don't know, I just love that everyone's so creative and everyone has kind of something that they bring that's different from everyone else, and it just makes this really nice place.
I know, like you said it, like how your friend, like you had friends on AGTube who've eventually grown out of it. I can kind of relate to that too. I've even had friends like in person, um, that like used to like AG and now are kind of growing out of it more. Actually was just on the phone with my friend the other day who has been into AGTube for a really long time now, and she was telling me about how she was like packing up all her dolls and like putting some old AG stuff like under her bed and like in the garage. And I was like, why are you doing that? And she's like, I don't know, I'm just like growing out of it a little bit. And I felt so sad, and I just like,
Right. And, with what you're saying about like your friend, I totally get that. Like, my friends and I, a lot of my memories from my childhood are my friends and I playing, with our dolls together and having dolls, and even like watching AGTube. I remember when I was in, I think, fifth grade, all the girls in my class and even some of the guys, everyone watched Aspen Heights. And these were
really?
people that didn't even have dolls. And I got everyone into it, and we all watched it, and we would talk about it. And so dolls and American Girl have been such a big part of my childhood that growing up, it was really hard for me to see my friends, didn't really have an interest in dolls. And it was kind of like something I couldn't really understand. I remember when I was younger, my friend, she got a gift, and I asked her what it was, and I was like, oh my gosh, did you get a new doll? And she was like, no, better. And I was thinking, well, what could be better than that? And she was like, I got a phone. And that was a moment for me where I realized, like, everyone's growing up, and not everyone is still into dolls. And then that was hard for me to accept when I was the only one left. And I really felt like I was kind of alone. um my friends didn't really want to hear about my dolls anymore, and I kind of felt like I had nothing to talk to them about, which is really sad. And
Yeah.
obviously that wasn't true, but for a while it was hard for me to accept that everyone had moved on.
Do your friends know about your dolls right now?
um so most of my friends do know about my dolls. Honestly, a lot of them don't really pay any interest to it or care, which is totally fine. I totally understand that. But yeah, growing up, everyone knew about that. And then when I got to grades, I think 7, 8, it became kind of this thing I was really embarrassed about. The kids in the older grades kind of made fun of me and teased me a little bit about it. And
Mm.
it got to the point where I just pretended like I had sold all my dolls, because I didn't even want people to know like the truth, because I knew what they would think. And so, like that happened. But now that I've gotten to high school, I've gotten more comfortable with it. And obviously, sometimes I still get embarrassed, but I've gotten to the point where I tell people, and it's not something I, really try and hide. And I've even, I think, shown my videos in my class, which was something so scary for me. But I had an animation class, and my teacher wanted to show the class my videos, and I let her, and it was so nerve-wracking because there were all these kids. And this was, I believe, last year, last semester, so we were all like 15, 16, and all these people, I showed them something so personal to me that I was so worried that they were gonna, make fun of or talk about, but nobody really said anything, and a lot of people thought I was kind of cool. So,
Oh my
you
gosh, that's an awesome response.
yeah, I was really expecting the worst, and I was really worried about it. But it was fine. And I think that helped me realize, like, it's not that big of a deal, and dolls are not something that are like this taboo thing that I should be embarrassed about, because no one really cares. And, no one's ever really been rude to me again since like middle school. So,
Yeah. I I think it's like so crazy how like some people, I mean, my friends are like super supportive. Like if they're probably listening to this right now. I love you guys, but it surprises me how like certain AGTubers that I know of, they have friends who like don't get it and like are rude to them about it. And that's just so crazy to me, because I'm like, but you can have like behind the scenes of like this awesome AGTuber and stuff, you know? I don't know. I just think, I don't know, but I would definitely encourage like everyone to tell your friends and your family if you're comfortable with it, because it really only matters if you love it, you know?
right. And, telling my friends, obviously, it's scary, but I've done it so many times and I've only had like one or two reactions. But something I did notice was even the people that, thought it was maybe a little bit creepy or whatever, they still wanted to be my friend, and they didn't, make fun of me or anything like that. They kind of were like, oh, that's a little different, not something I'm comfortable with because I don't like dolls. But we moved on. We're still good friends. And that's another thing to keep mind of, is that not everyone is going to be, super, super supportive. But as long as they accept it and they're not rude to you or bullying you, then it really, I don't think, is that big of an issue.
Yeah. Actually, like on this same kind of point, I was wondering, like how do you balance school and AG at the same time? Because I know like you have a pretty rigorous uploading schedule, so it must be kind of hard sometimes.
Yes, I definitely do. I think also the older I've gotten, the harder it's, obviously gotten because of more homework and everything like that. Definitely one of the biggest things I've learned over the years is that planning in ahead is just so effective. I've noticed that if I try and film a video, spontaneously, it never works out. So I tend to try and prep for filming on weeknights or nights that I don't have homework. And then that way everything is ready. So on the weekends, I can just film for as long as I can all day long and then try and get a video done. It's definitely not easy, and I wish I had more time, but school does come first. So unfortunately, sometimes my uploading schedule has to suffer, which isn't ideal, but I think that's how it is for everyone. Do you ever find that you have problems balancing both of them?
Yeah, I'm a big procrastinator, so I often have a really hard time organizing myself and creating time for AG and school. I mean, I always like get my homework done, but it can be really stressful when it comes down to the wire and I have like no more time to do this assignment, or like it's been like a month since I posted a video, because I just like kind of cram everything together. So I definitely could take some pointers from you on how to like organize my whole schedule and get everything together, if you know what I mean.
Honestly, I'm not as organized as I seem, but I definitely think part of going back to school, it makes me sad because in my head, I map everything out and I write everything down of what I want to do. But in reality, a lot of the time I struggle with that and I have to rewrite plans and change things. And I don't have as much time to film as I would like to during the school year, which makes me obviously so sad because I want to make videos. And I'm sure, a lot of us can relate because making videos is a lot of fun. But, we all have other things going on in our lives that we have to focus on as well.
Yeah. No, I
Did you say not really?
All right, Kaylee, thank you so much for coming on the podcast today.
Thank you so much for having me. I had a lot of fun.
Yes, this was awesome. So if you guys want to go check out Kaylee's channel, Dolls in the Rain, it will be linked down below. And thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you soon. Bye. Was that
Oh my
good?
God, I think we did it.
We did
We
it.
did it.
We are the champions.
Yeah, it only took 2 hours, but we did it.
definitely face a lot of those struggles in everyday life. Like, what do I
Girl,
say?
this isn't an English
Everyday
essay.
life. In everyday life.
It's like you're writing an essay.
Oh my gosh, we're almost out of time. Jeez.
There's do you know what I'm saying? So I don't have as much time as I would. Okay, you know what? That was even worse than the last one. Yeah, I'm not even gonna say that. I'm just completely gonna cut that out. Hang on. I need a water break.
List off every single course you've taken.
I think I'm out of things. Sorry.
Just dissing AGTube.
I didn't mean to. So that, on weekends I can film.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, your turn.
I did.
You know what I'm saying? Okay.
So on weekends I can film?
Yeah.
Just nothing after that.
Yeah, and then you'd be like, oh my god, me too.
All right, guys, that's the end of the podcast. Oh my gosh, wow, we're almost out of time. Jeez. I guess we better wrap this up.
Wait, was that your actual?
Yeah, that was me talking.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were practicing.
You're just like, you already left. Literally, we could make a whole podcast of just you and me laughing. I was wondering, you have a pretty rigorous upload. You have. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I just keep saying agree. No, I get that because I'm gonna edit that out.